What is going on, everybody? Welcome to a video tutorial on how to customize teams inside MLB The Show 23. For those of you guys that don't know, I do love myself some Create a Team, and this is basically what my entire channel is all about. Getting creativity inside of sports video games, and a lot of that has to do with creating teams, creating custom teams, and getting logos put into the game, and really showcasing your own creativity. And I feel it's my part to show you guys kind of how to do that if you're interested in learning how. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of video tutorials on how to do that, but of course, since the game just came out yesterday, I'm going to share with you kind of my tips and tricks, or things, how I like to go through the process of actually getting a team inside your franchises. So let's get started. First things first, we're going to go ahead and get into a franchise, and then we're going to start a new franchise. Doesn't really matter what rosters that you use. If you do have one that you want to take into your franchise, of course, make sure you guys load that in before you do all this work in creating your team. So when we scroll up and down, we can see the team list here, but you can actually hit the R1 button and go ahead and create or load in an existing custom team that you've already created. So I've already got one created, but I'm going to show you kind of how to do this step by step. So we'll go ahead and replace the Royals and go create new custom team. So right off the get-go, we have the Kansas City Royal colors right now, at least their minor league affiliate at this point. Actually, that gold is atop the crown there. I'm used to seeing them just with blue and white, but you've got your team details here. Of course, this is where you can change those colors, so you can randomize this. But if I do that, it's going to change everything to some really random, weird stuff too sometimes. Actually, we got a pretty good draw here. I remember the last couple times I've done this, you can get some neon green and some pink pants. It's wacky. Anyway, so that's your main color, accent, and color number 2. Your team location, pretty self-explanatory. Now, location audio, I like to just enter the team location in and then see if the game actually has the audio already in there. And if it doesn't, I think it just picks the next best thing. But you can also change your team name and your team name audio as well as the abbreviations. So pretty self-explanatory there for team details. Now, the logo vault, if you don't have a logo already created, you can of course find some that the community have created and uploaded on their own, or if you've got one that you already did create and it's up there in the vault, you can go ahead and go in here and go grab it from there if you feel like you want to do that. But logo editor, this is where we're going to actually head into first, and then we'll get into uniforms and stadium select. But this screen is your main logo and your jersey logo, the cap logo for home and helmet, and then the jacket, and then we go repeat the process for the away jersey. So I'm going to go ahead actually and back out and just select my colors for this team. And this team is going to be a little off beige, like an off-white, little beigey type of feel. And then we're going to get a brown in here. Let's go like, what kind of brown do we want here, guys? I'm trying to remember the brown that I have. Probably more closer to that. Actually, that's more green. Let's get a little bit further up. There we go. Perfect. And then we'll get this over here to white. But let's go ahead and get into the logo editor. And again, just scrolling through, this is your assets. So your hat, your main logo, jersey, jacket, so on and so forth. So how do you get started? Well, you press the X button, or the A button for Xbox. You can rotate the logo, you can skew it, just kind of expand it and make it larger, and twist it and turn it if you want to do that. It does offer you some shapes. If you hit the A or X button, you can insert new shapes, and we can see everything that you can manipulate as far as like a logo goes. We've got some like a flare look, so that could actually give you a little bit more shine to a logo if you know how to work this logo creator. Some logos that are already included in the game, very basic. You know, a lot of people like to just use these simplistic logos, and that's their team logo. I don't like to do that, but it is what it is. All right, so let's go ahead and load save right there in the bottom left hand corner. We'll just hit the start button, and we don't want to save anything because there's nothing here. So we'll load, and I'm gonna go ahead and load up the Good Boys main logo. And this is what's gonna come in through Actually, this is all masked. So when we uploaded this, me and Kasabe, by the way, side note, Kasabe is my logo creator. Well, the community's logo creator. But he's the guy that I go to. He's the guy that I trust to make these logos for me. I usually make my stuff in Photoshop, and then I send that logo off to him, and he does his magic inside this logo editor. I can't do this. It's crazy work to me, so I just let him do that. I just let him do all the hard work, because this is crazy. It's like spot on about what I created. So we've got the Richmond Good Boys here. This is a team that I created for my GGBL Gold Glover Baseball League, a 30-team rebranded league out there in MLB The Show 21. But this is your main logo. That's how you would import a logo in that you already have inside your save file. Or again, if you went to the vault, you'd be able to plop that or take one and plop it onto your logo or your uniform from there. But so that's your main logo. So let's go ahead now and go to the jersey, because that's really kind of where the rubber meets the road for this video. So we'll do the same process. We'll hit start and we'll just load the logo that we have. And again, I'm just gonna go to the Good Boys main, because that's what I want here for my main jersey logo. Now, if I back out again, it's gonna pop up. So there it is, perfect. That's not the end product, but that's exactly the logo that I want. Now, let's just say that, you know, we wanna remove something of this logo. Like, I only wanna keep Good Boys, right? You can see the flashing happening here. That shows you exactly what assets that you are highlighting or that you're selecting at this point. So all of this Good Boys text is what I wanna keep. So we'll actually hit up on the D-pad to select the asset that's flashing, and we will go ahead and select all of that stuff about the dog that I don't want in this home uniform. So we're gonna go through everything. Look at, like, we got 130 different assets to cover. Luckily, Kasabe would group these up, as you can see, and it makes it a lot easier of a scroll. Okay, so I'm confident in this because you can, again, kind of, now that you've selected all these, this is how you select individually, is up on the D-pad. If you wanted to select everything, you would press on the down button for the D-pad. So I'm not gonna do that because we did all that work just to get this guy selected. So I'm gonna hit X, I'm gonna go to delete selected, and then he's gone. Cool thing here is, and you wanna make sure that you're under the right, I guess, tab, if you will. So we're under rotate and scale at this point. We don't wanna do that. We wanna be rotate and expand. And what you wanna do in order to move this up, you can see kind of how it's not centered. It's a little bit lower on the grid here. We'll go hit the bottom D-pad, and then we'll select everything, right? And then we can use our joystick here, our left analog stick, to kind of move everything around. And then we can, you know, left trigger, right trigger, we can move this up or down. And I kind of like baseball jerseys with their logos angled off a little bit. I think that fits well, especially with that tilde. I don't even know what you would call it. I forget. I forget what it's called, but it's where Richmond is actually located, under the G. So there we are. That's the uniform. That's not the final product by any means. I'll show you guys my final product, but if you wanted to save this, like, you're done, you've done your home uniforms, you've done your away uniforms, you've done everything in here from your cap to your jersey to your sleeves to your names and numbers, pants, batting helmet, socks, catcher's stuff, a jacket, like everything, right? You're done. You can hit finish, and then you got the chance to export this to your hard drive. So that way, if you ever wanted to come back to this main menu for franchise and then import a team, then you could do that. So that way, that team is actually saved to your console. So I'm gonna say no, just because I've already got a team created. So you can see here, like, we replaced the Kansas City Royals, but we didn't actually put anything in as far as a main logo goes. And I believe I was mistaken here, because if we go to the logo editor, the team main logo is not the one that shows up on that screen, on the team select screen. It's actually your cap logo that shows up. So I'll just show you guys again for a little extra practice. I'll load this in. This one here, the alt, is the cap logo. Again, nice little mask there to be private so nobody can see it. And then there's our boy, and right up there on the cap, if you back out again, actually you want to save it, hit no, and then there he is. So, all right, let's go back into custom team. And another good point, if we look at the stadium select, right now this team is tied directly to Kauffman Stadium. If we want to select your custom stadium, like maybe something that you built, or if you want to select like a minor league stadium that's built by the show team, the San Diego studio team, you can go ahead and select these types of stadiums. I'm going to select the one that I created for the Good Boys here, and that way it's directly tied to this created team. So again, if you do want to export the team, you would say yes, and then it'll pop up with, you know, you want to name your file, save it, and then it'll be on your hard drive. So let's go ahead and show you how to import a team that's already created. I'm gonna do the Detroit Tigers because we already did this team. Let's go to the Detroit Tigers. We'll do custom team again, and we'll load existing team. So there's your team. Again, that's where the save file will be located there. Richmond's already created, and boom, there they are. So you got the Royals, aka Good Boys, and then you've got the actual Richmond Good Boys here. So if I go again to custom team, don't be fooled by this. This is actually edit new custom team, right? Because you've already imported it. So you'll hit create, and then boom, there they are. So that's the team that I've imported now. You can see that the home stadium is tied directly to your team. We'll look at the uniforms here. That's the home uniform right there. Our away uniforms are actually gray, and I think that just looks classy. I think it looks cool, man. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how you create a team. Import, export, save it, and look up logos and manipulate your logos inside of your logo editor here. So what do you say we actually get into some gameplay and actually look at the Good Boys Stadium? How about that?
Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. We've got a Thursday matinee on the show. It's the Boston Red Sox taking on the Retrievers. So, almost ready to get underway, and towing the slab in this one, Spencer Turnbull. What do you have on him, Chris?
Well, he tried to make it through the 5th inning last time out, but the pitch count just got too high. He ended up taking the loss. That's one of those you just have to shake it off, come back out today, and try to throw a gem.
All right, ready to get underway. So stepping in for Boston at Alberto Mondesi. And now it's even up. There's a strike. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Tell you what, those are the types of guys pitchers really like to punch out when they're on the mound.
The bottom of the first. Here's a speed threat, Akil Baddoo. The pitch. And first offering is fouled off. Whitlock. He isn't really known as a starting pitcher that's going to get you deep into the start. It's not that he's not capable, he just hasn't proven that he can do it yet. And there's a foul ball.
He's got such great stuff. You just don't know from start to start whether it's a potential no-hitter or it's a guy that's only going to give you 3 or 4 innings.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
And the batter now, Matt Vierling. And he hits a ground ball right side. He steps on the bag. 2 up, 2 down.
Again, guys, let me know if you have any questions in the comment section. If you have anything that comes up inside creating your custom teams, it is not a really straightforward process. A lot of it kind of has to do with you just practicing and getting used to it and kind of figuring out your own way on how you're going to take little pieces of certain logos and making them a part of your away uniform or your home uniform or your cap or your jacket, things like this. So again, let me know if you have any questions. Happy creating. As always, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you like this thing. I'll see you in the next one. As always, peace.